I'm Howard Lester, and today I'm with.
Shelby T.
And you want to say anything about yourself? Like,
Oh.
why would these? No.
Well, you should ask me something and then I answer it. You just say, I'm just supposed to say my name and just start rambling. My name is Shelby T. Just moved to Louisville, Kentucky from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I'm excited to be doing this because I have no friends here.
Yes. How do we know each other as we talk like we've known each other for a long time?
We know each other because I was convinced you were a dart shark at 5801, back when they, gave you stuff for free. Was it Tuesdays or Mondays that was free darts?
One of them days. I don't remember.
It was a day of the week that had free darts.
Early in the week.
Going there every week to play darts because they were free. And you were there. And I said, you're a dart shark.
I just be good sometimes. Sometimes the spirit hit me. The spirit of I play darts professionally.
Bullseye.
Bullseye
was watching God.
So, what you streaming, girl?
Well, let's see. Besides everything, as right now for TV, I am streaming. I want to say I'm streaming I'm streaming three different things: Baskets. What else am I? Oh, Cheers and Just Shoot Me. That movies over and over again. I watch Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil because it's a very, very good movie. And I think, and Incredibles, because that's also a very good movie.
Like the child film?
Yes, it's a good movie.
3 categories to which you should put them. Let's start with what you highly recommend.
Baskets.
Mm-hmm. And Baskets is
a TV show on FX, or if you have Hulu, you can watch it via Hulu as well because of their, partnership with them. It's basically about this guy who wants to be a professional clown and his family. Louis Anderson plays the mom, and because he plays the role of this, middle-aged woman so well, like definitely like a mom character, like, oh wow, yay, look at this cup, I want, it's just like just the way his mannerisms are and everything. It's funny. And now, like, the first season was just nothing but comedy. I think there's 4 seasons. I'm on season 3. After that first season, it gets a little bit more into like more of a darker side, like a dark comedy side. So that's why I highly recommend it. If you have it's not for everybody. Everyone's sense of humor is different, but if you like a good, chuckle here and there, it's definitely a good show to watch.
Louis Anderson, legendary Louis Anderson, is his mama?
Mm-hmm. The fat white dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He won an Emmy for it.
For Baskets?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Louis Anderson did. Yeah, because I was, every time I watch something, I have to look on IMDb at the trivia and, see about it. And
get into that. Saturday morning cartoons are coming back next year.
I believe it. I mean, what are all these actors doing? They can't sit next to each other, so they might as well give their voices.
That's true. Well, people still filming shit.
That's true. Not as much as they were.
This Is Us is right back to filming. They introduced COVID as the storyline.
Oh, that's a good story. Well, So I guess so they're just doing it.
They doing it because they got to. Like, what the hell else they gonna do? It's like that cast is like 50 people. Mm. Anyway, so now you got 4 choices left. What do you think? It kind of sounds to me like Baskets is kind of like a worth a shot.
Yeah, wait a minute. So, because there's one that I got to figure out what I wouldn't recommend. Because if I stopped watching it.
It has to be something like that, something that you just gave up on. But we ain't got there yet. We got to get to. So highly recommend you comfortable with the Baskets. So now you have 2 out of those 4 that you.
Oh shit! I should have wrote these down because the one didn't even say one that's worth a watch. But actually, Just Shoot Me is worth a watch. I think it's funny. It's a different line of funny than Baskets.
Yes. It's more of a witty funny, like a
Right, exactly. But I sit there and I think that I didn't realize that was on for like 6 seasons, but I sit there and have it on, and again, Hulu. And I just sit there and watch that and just crack up laugh. I think I watched like 4 episodes this morning before I realized I should probably take a shower.
What is Just Shoot Me about for the people that don't know?
Okay, so Just Shoot Me is based off of a fashion magazine. There's the guy, his name is Jack. He owns it. And then his daughter begins to work for him as an editor. But she's always like, oh, don't you think we should interview this woman doctor? And they're like, no, bikinis, so. And, David, what's his name? David Spade. He's in it, and he's pretty funny in it too. And I can't remember the guy's the
photographer.
No, the old man. Well, his name is Jack. But what's his real name in real life? Because he's also on. He's the grandfather on oh God, the show in the 80s, and they always say 1980 something. Oh, what's it called? The gold something, Goldbergs. So the main guy in Just Shoot Me is the grandfather in the Goldbergs.
Okay, I've never watched that show.
Goldbergs is funny.
Is it?
That's 6.
What's the lady's name that's on Just Shoot Me, the model lady?
Nina, but her real name is, I know this and I can't remember, but she is the voice of the mom on BoJack Horseman.
So you just want to keep, am I going to have to put a tally thing in the bottom? Like
That's 7. With BoJack Horseman. Also, definitely watch, or whatever the first thing is.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
But
so,
basically.
So are you going to keep adding things that we...
It's not my fault that I recollect things with other things. Like, because some people are like, oh, well, how do I know this person? Oh, because of blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh. Listen, it's not my fault that I don't have shit to do and sit in the house because I don't have any friends out here. Oh, except for I did make some friends yesterday at the wine bar. That was cute.
Okay, so my favorite part of this so far has been, what do you think that people should avoid watching?
Jesus. Hold on. That's my phone. Hold on, let me tell my call I'm back. Okay, so what should I avoid? I don't know. Because, okay, so
what have you watched that was utter and complete trash?
I don't see why people think Cheers is so funny. Because Frasier, to me, there was not one time where I was not cracking up laughing. No. But I don't see why people thought Cheers was so funny. Because sometimes I'm just like annoyed with Shelley Long's character or the Postman. Like,
ma'am, do not.
But Rhea Perlman's great.
Okay, first of all, you are not going to take a deuce on Shelley Long and then talk about Rhea Perlman.
Like, because first of all,
you got to figure out how Frasier came about.
Well, no, he's there now because now he's engaged to Shelley Long. But I know like all this other stuff about it. But it's like one of those things where kind of like, if someone were to say, oh, I've never seen insert movie that everyone's seen here. And it's like, so now I have to, again, watch Cheers. And I can't just stop in the middle of a series. Maybe it gets funnier. I don't know.
Well, how many seasons is it?
Like 10. Cliff. Oh, every time he starts talking, I'm just like, or he just does stupid shit. And it's like anywhere, like I just want to punch you. Like whenever he snitched, he's like this last episode I just watched, he snitched on somebody for taking a perfume sample out of a magazine on the mail route. Like one of the mail carriers took a perfume sample out of the magazine. So then he called and snitched, and then the man got fired. Like I'm mad. There's this giant black dude that comes in, like, I know you always in everybody's business, so you need to figure out who got me fired. But it was Cliff that got him fired.
What in the episode of Friends?
Oh, you said it, not me. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm a Mormon.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I just saw a preview.
For the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I swear. And there's one that used to be a Mormon, and I think there might be one that is a Mormon. I don't know, but I kid you, I'm not joking. I am not joking. There is. Look it up. It's coming.
Shut it down. So Cheers is a problem for. So is Woody Harrelson on there yet?
No.
See, I feel like that's when it got funny.
Okay, yeah, because he's funny.
And I remember like any clip that I saw was from the time when Woody Harrelson was there.
Okay.
So maybe season 3.
I'm on season 3. He ain't there yet. So maybe he comes on season 4. Mr. Kelsey Grammer is the record holder for playing a single character. 20 years he played Fraser Crane. That's why I know it's been on. I mean, it had to have had at least 11 seasons.
How many seasons?
Or 10. Because he did, if he was on, he did Frasier for, I want to say that's at least 10 or 11 seasons.
Frasier's funny.
Good, because you need to be streaming. Well, what's everyone else saying to watch? What's everyone saying to eat? Because I don't want any food in my, I want a pizza.
Mosquito. But the actual name is Thirsty. But it is about a mosquito who falls in love with this man after she takes a suck of his blood from his dick. And then he begins to hear her, the mosquito. So last night I watched the rest of this shit and I'm mad at her.
For making you watch it, because it was bad.
I watched the last 5 fucking minutes because I just wanted to see how it ended because she was like, oh my God, the end. They at like the park, like he chases the sound of her voice to the park. A mosquito voice, okay?
Not a mosquito voice.
She's not in his ear. He just can hear her, like in the atmosphere and shit. Yup, just like that. And then they get crushed by basketball.
Oh my God.
Don't watch that, but that was somebody's highly recommend. Then The Lie. Have you heard of this? Also on Hulu. Nope, Amazon, I lied. I lied. So the girl is described as having wet eyes by the person who recommended it. And she kills her friend and her parents help her cover it up.
Is this a movie?
It's a movie.
Why'd she kill her?
Girl, that's the plot twist.
Oh, I don't want to know.
A lie.
Oh, do you watch The Politician on Netflix? The Politician. Bette Midler's in the 2nd season.
Oh.
And Gwyneth Paltrow is in both seasons. And then what's her face? That's in all of his other stuff. We share the same birthday.
Sarah?
The lady.
Sarah Paulson.
No. The older lady.
Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange. She's in the 1st season. Okay. What do I need to avoid?
Oh, Loose. Don't watch Loose and don't watch The Current Occupant. Loose has Naomi Watts, Tim Roth, what's the other person's name? Octavia Spencer. Mm-hmm. Taya said, don't waste your time watching this fucking movie. I already watched this movie for you. It's trash. That's almost verbatim what the fuck she said. But we also kind of like picked up on things that we didn't really notice. Like me watching it myself, I didn't notice these things that she noticed, and she didn't notice things that I noticed. So now I'm like, shit, do I need to go back and watch this again? Mm-hmm. But if I do, am I gonna be mad since I already said don't watch this fucking movie?
But then you might watch it again and like it.
What are you doing? Is you yawning on the camera? This is gonna be a whole reel of you yawning. I'm gonna just take out all the audio. But Thank you for hanging out. I want you to know that you should probably watch some more things.
Next time I'll write it down because I was laying in bed like, well, what? And then you said TV shows, and I just want to rant about TV shows because my 3-4 movies would be Must Watch, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, and then Worth a Watch, Jingle Jangle, or whatever it's called, Little Christmas Film. It's cute. And then, what not to watch? I don't know. I can't think. I thought I had one, but I didn't.
I'm sure you have tons because I remember you were the person that watched how many fucking movies over that?
Don't watch it.
How many movies did you watch? 100?
Like 3 something. It was either 2 or 3 something. The book was 501, but I watched at least 240 something.
And none of those movies you could think not to watch.
Yeah, there was one. I just can't remember which one it was because I remember watching.
1 out of 240?
No, there's a couple that I would say do not watch. But then there's some that I'm like, hey, this is actually a pretty decent movie.
Right, so that would go into your middle column.
I'll just have the book. Like, I watched all of these for you.
Just put them in 3 columns so we know what we're looking at.
Right.